Welcome to The Dentist Show. Let's jump right in.
Well, welcome to The Dentist Show.
The Dentist Show.
We are back. And
I don't know why
Ryan's
that's
microphone sounds terrible.
Yeah, I'm messing
I'm
with
glad
it
yours
here.
not mine this time.
Usually Chase has bad audio.
Yeah. We're back online. I think we're getting used to this versus me flying or running, flying back and forth.
Although I do miss being in the same room as you. The energy's better.
For sure it is.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, here's the reality is I don't want to go hang out in 170-degree weather if I don't have to, and it's beautiful here, so.
We've had such a cool July. I mean, yeah, we've hit 112 a few times, but tomorrow is 92 degrees.
Oh, really? That's funny because we were at like the mid or high 80s, mid 90s, and then yesterday was like 75, and then today I think it got up to 70, and it's supposed to warm back up starting again this end of the week. So,
well,
anyway,
everyone
weather's
enjoy
boring.
that summer. Yeah. So I remember having a training, like a case acceptance training from the Schedule Institute, and so they would you have role play, which is we all hate role playing, but it's so powerful. But that's like one of the first questions I role played, it's because I made a comment the weather sucks right now, it's hot, or said something stupid, And the trainer stopped you right there and do you realize that the one question people ask if they're nervous is about the weather? I was like, no. I guess we should stop talking about the weather then.
The weather, it's one of those things that it is kind of annoying to talk about regularly. Like if we're asking about the weather.
Yeah. Right. But and then on a hygiene exam, that's the first time that pages where he say I say on the way out, enjoy your nice hot summer, and they go, you go, stupid laugh.
That was like Beavis and Bud, ha.
I good was like your day, man.
My favorite knee slapper is when I ask patients what do you guys got going on today, and they're like, oh, headed back to work, and I say, me too.
Yeah, I think you told us that one before.
Yeah, it's that dumb. It's so dumb it doesn't even get a laugh anymore.
It's so dumb that we get one already.
So
well, that's good.
Yeah. Anyway, we were talking about what topic we wanted to do, and I came totally unprepared. And you can see I'm actually recording in a different room than normal. And so Chase is he's gonna bring up our topic today, and we're gonna just dive into whatever it is.
Yeah, this episode, what I thought is you actually you have a dentist here named Brian who is going to give us some lessons, and we'll call this episode "Lessons from the $2 Million Producer." If Ryan worked full time, and he does most of the time now, it's hit and miss. If we can make him sit in a chair. He does about $2 million a year if he's working 4.5 days a week.
Yeah.
And relatively consistent, and seems like he makes it look pretty easy. So.
Yeah. I'm just really good at faking it. That's, if I could give one bit of advice, just fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah. You do that well. You fake it till you make it. We call him Cowboy Ryan, actually. It does. Cowboy Ryan to the rescue.
Yeah, what did he say one of those days? He's like, everyone just needs a Cowboy Ryan in his back pocket. If you don't want to do it, he'll pick it up. He'll take care of it.
Just do it. I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And so we want to have some insights of maybe his mindset or mentality when he sees a patient. And then what does he think that success came from, or of why and how he can do that much dental work. And hopefully the things he talks about can be applied to other businesses, to other dentists, if you're associates or a new grad, and obviously a business owner. So hopefully we can pull some good stuff out of him today. And probably lower your expectation. Probably won't be that
good. It's funny is you bring this up, and I'm trying to think about what do I do that's different or special. One of the things I think about the most is I just believe that the patients want what I have to offer, and they're there to get what services we offer in the dental chair.
Yeah.
And I almost never talk like nerdy dentistry to patients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do, if you do, the more case acceptance trainings you do, or you dive into the sales process, they do not want you to talk about dentistry.
Yeah.
No one understands it, including your assistants most of the time.
Yeah.
And so your patients just nod their heads because they act like they're understanding because they don't want to look dumb and they have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's we all feel that. None of us want to look like we don't know what's going on around us. And so like when we talk to our patients, it's such a high level of dentistry, and our lowest level of dentistry is high for everyone else out there, right? Even when we think we're dumbing it down, the fact that we say the word crown, patients don't know what that means a lot of the times, right?
No.
Like, how many patients have you talked to that had a root canal and they're like, yeah, I don't have any teeth left. I got root canals. Like, yeah, well,
no tooth left.
Yeah.
That's the other time.
yeah, I got a crown. I don't even have any natural teeth. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that's not exactly what happened. Right.
Yeah, they say, I could get a cavity under my crown. Like, I
Yeah.
get it. I can't. I need to have one. So the first question I have is, did you always, like, when you left dental school, what was your expectation of what would you probably didn't think about production then. So what was your thought about how much money you'd make?
You know, I'm a little atypical, I think, for a lot of dental students. I worked in manufacturing before going to dental school and led some teams before going to dental school. So I always knew I wanted to own an office. Now, did I have any idea of how much money that actually would be or would need to be? Not really. It was more of it's going to be better than what I've been doing was the thought, right? However, by the end of dental school, I did set a goal that I wanted to make $500,000 in 5 years. So annually.
Jeez.
So make 505.
Egotistical.
Yeah, that's part of it. That is part of it. But I told myself coming out of dental school that my goal was to make $500,000 a year annually in 5 years.
Wow. Did you have mentors that said that was even possible? I guess you graduated a little different time than I did. You're 2017?
I'm 2018. 18.
2018,
You're 09?
2011.
2011? Wow, I thought you were older.
So I look old. So I got called 50 and
Remember, sorry, caveat here. We talked about it on previous episode. Remember that patient that I told you that was like asking me what year I graduated and like talking about like how we probably went to school together? You remember that guy?
Yeah.
I saw him again last week. The energy was a little different this time.
Freaking patience. Like, don't try to guess my age because I know you're going to go high. So what are you, like 50? No. Sometimes they try to I don't want to make them feel bad. So I'm like, I'm 45. Yeah, I'm 42. Well, I just turned 43. Anyways,
Yeah.
So you came out gunner. So when I left dental school, I remember we had graduated. We were hanging out with one of my friends, actually Shane, which, man, someday we'll have him on.
Yeah.
And James Heaton. We're standing around. I think we're having ice cream saying bye to Shane. This is like the last night together. And he's going on to endodontic training, or specialty. And James and I are just talking. And I think James said, hey, how much money do you think we'll make? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm hoping for like $180,000. And
Yeah.
he says, you think that's a lot of money? I'm like, I think it's pretty good. And he's like, let's break that down. And so we broke it all down. And I was like, why didn't I just go to dental school? Like, I'm making like $40,000 a year after paying all my debt and like charity contributions and taxes. And so then we both made like, I think we could probably do 300 if we worked really hard.
Yeah.
And that was like, if we hit 300, like, crazy, you're killing it.
you
That was
crushed
my
it.
expectation. So if you're doing, say you do 200, so either as an associate, you'd be doing about 700,000 a year, 600 to 700,000.
Yeah.
So you came out saying at 500,000, so you thought you'd be doing 1.5 million in 5 years.
Yeah, I think with business profits as well as what I was kind of thinking.
Oh
there
yeah,
too,
because you're
right.
clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you, but I will say this. I think when I graduated, they said the average full-time dentist was doing somewhere around 180 to 200 and maybe 15 or something in there.
Right.
And so I tell
So
myself,
you're like,
well,
August is 2.5x that.
well, it was a little bit of those numbers are skewed, right? No one's actually reporting what they're actually making 100%, right? So I was like,
Well,
okay,
like
so
W-2 employees.
yeah, W-2 employees are, but what about the non-W-2 employees, right?
So who told you this? The dentist show, the dentist money
The
show?
the
Or,
200 and something, or the 180 to
like, why did
200?
you think, like, as a dental student, no one would really know that dentist owners make more than the average reported to the IRS?
Yeah. I know how to Google, and I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to a
This is
lot
probably,
of
you wouldn't find that in Google search.
no, you wouldn't. The Google search gives you what's reported to the
Yeah, IRS.
whatever
So
it's called.
it's probably on the podcast because I think Mark Costas and also the dentist
Yeah.
show, Ryan, they talked a lot about that. Saying they didn't understand the averages being so low because their clients was all like 280 to 500 or something like
Yeah.
that was their range. But they were all business owners though. So
Yeah, you want to know? I think it was probably the dentist's money show when I was in school because I started listening to them like my third or fourth year of dental school. Mark Costas, I listened to the Dentalpreneur all through dental school. I found that probably my second year of dental school. I found it. I was really involved with the academics first and second year. And then Kane and Waters. We talked about them
Cool.
before. They had a rep come out and he was talking about student loans and paying them off versus doing like military stuff or how to maximize and leverage your income. And he said something, I'm trying to remember exactly what he said. He said something about like, until you're making $400,000 a year, you don't need to pay off your student loans or something like that. And I can't remember, like his thing was like, the amount of money you're going to save paying off student loans is far less than the amount of money you can make if you reinvest it back into your business and stuff like that. And so I think what it was is when he said 400,000, I was like, oh, well, I can make more than that then, right? I'm not average.
So
I also came out of
coming
school with 5 kids, right? So my wife and I had our 5 kids. I had a 14-year-old as my oldest. And so it was like, we got to hit the ground running.
Gotcha. So you probably even think about what that would mean to make 500,000, even as a dentist owner that just runs an average dental office. They still don't make that much.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I'd say you got to do about 1.6 or so to make it on that ballpark. Maybe 1.4.
Yeah. Well, and the funny part is, I didn't run the math on
You didn't know
how much I'd have to produce in order to make that number.
Yeah.
It was.
All right.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what ultimately led to that number, and it was the number that I set, and my wife and I both knew the number, and that was what I was working for.
I think sometimes when I meet new grads or guys in dental school, and that's a question sometimes I ask, what do you think you're going to make when you leave dental school? And
Yeah.
you hear ranges like from 180 because they Googled it to like 250. And you're like, cool, what does that mean to you? Like, how much will you produce? And they have zero idea. They have no idea what it means.
Right, but they're really stuck on the 30 versus 32%.
Well, that's just, they have no idea what that even means, you know?
Yeah.
They don't know, like, well, you do 30% at $1 million, that's 300,000. Where you do 32% at $500,000, that's like 150,000.
Yeah.
Don't even capture that idea. And they don't even know how it's calculated, which is not their fault. Just ignorance that we all have at some point. So
I think I'm gonna do some math real quick, Chase, and I can give you how much my first contract was working for a pediatric dental office. So my first contract working for a pediatric dental office was $160 guaranteed, and I was offered like $130 to work for the community health center at that time. Yeah, I mean, that's a long ways away from 500,000.
yeah, so that's funny because now you Now you would do $2 million because you already
Yeah.
set the bar like way too high. No dentist coming out of school, even first 5 years, will make $500,000.
Yeah.
Super rare. Like I'd say one out of
Yeah.
Or
What do
100,000.
they say? There's more business owners ran by dumb people than like smart people or something like that. I can't remember what the saying is, but it's like I was probably too ignorant to know how hard it was, and therefore I just decided it was going to happen.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's impressive. Because most dentists will come out and say like, I don't know, I'll make like 200. Like, okay,
Yeah.
that's 600. That's a reasonable amount in production. But the
Yeah.
500 without being especially is a little tough. So you're benign 2 million. Did it 2 million? So what procedures drive most of your production?
My biggest producers are implants, oral surgery of any sort, so extractions, wisdom teeth, bone grafts, membranes, and then crowns. Yeah. So I guess I do some specialty work, but my average day is still filled with a handful of crowns a day.
Yeah.
So-
Which are kind of nice because it's like
Yeah.
breaks up the difficult stuff.
Yeah, I can hit snooze through a crown now. So
Yeah.
and I don't. If there's any patients listening, I do a really top-notch crown
You're paying 100% attention at all
Yeah.
times.
at all times.
Well, I did a root canal number 8 today, and it was one of those ones that one of my docs had fixed some I'm sure it's absorption of some sort.
Yeah,
But so then a month later now, she needs a root canal.
right.
That canal was so tiny, and I was halfway down that route, and I was like, you better take an x-ray. I'm so far down there. Anyways, I nailed it. I saw it, and I was like, oh, I need to go facial a little bit, and got
Yeah.
right into it. I was impressed
Knocked
with
it out.
myself. Oh, for a whole $600. Okay, the production. Trust it. So what if you had a perfect day coming up? Like, what would be a perfect day for Ryan's schedule?
Oh man, my perfect day.
Yeah.
Man, today was probably my perfect day.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, maybe not perfect, but I started my day with a IRT, so we call it implant retained teeth, so an all-on-X post-op.
Does anyone else in dentistry call it an IRT?
I don't think so. That's something we just call it in. We just
just
call it in the
use-
office. Yeah. So an
You
all-on-X.
guys use that term so loosely, like everybody knows what it is.
Patients do.
I don't think
Nobody
anyone
wants
knows what it is.
dentures, but you want to know what they want? They want implant retained teeth. They want teeth in their mouth.
We saw snap and dentures were all nice.
Yeah, and patients look at you like, why X? What's X even mean? No one knows algebra, dude.
Exactly.
That's what the
That's
X is. It's
That's
X
why you
back
pay
there.
me $25,000. I will show you. Okay.
Actually, okay, let's
So Sin, let's go
we'll
through
touch
the
on
perfect
this
day.
just real quick. I think the biggest thing that's different about me is I'm just some farm kid that happens to do dentistry. I don't think I'm any smarter or better off. I just think that I put the work and the time in to become a dentist, when maybe others wouldn't. So
Okay. Well, we have a lot of dentists that don't produce like you and are
Yeah.
also farmers. So
yeah, well, they're just bad farmers.
so say today. So today
Yeah, so
you
perfect
diagnosed
day.
or sold or completed a.
So it was
all-on-X.
a completed set, and he's coming in for his 1 month post op, and everything's looking amazing. I do a reline on his. It was actually as a upper 4 lower 4 snap denture, and
You did post ops today. This is not very like a fun.
I
productive-
started my day with a post op, and it was out like it crushed it. Everything looked great. X-rays looking
Gotcha.
awesome. Teeth are fitting great. Did some quick reline on it. Sent him out the door, and he's shaking my hand and so grateful and thankful because he loves his smile. Right?
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
All
that
right.
was
so
good.
zero
Gotta-
production. Start of the day.
Zero production, but I gotta start on a high. Okay. And then my next patient was a same day EXT bone graft implant membrane,
Okay. On which
Number
tooth?
9. number 19.
Okay. All right.
And there was no number 18, so it was great visibility. And actually,
Yeah.
truth be told, the patient had a really tiny mouth, so it was, yeah, I was working it. So good production there. And then I had next to that patient, I had a final delivery of an upper complete denture and a lower implant, 4 implant snap denture, fit perfectly. Patients super happy and grateful. And actually, it was a super nice patient. He had a stroke between the time I placed his implants until the time we delivered his finals. And so he was like a seemingly really healthy youngish guy. And now he has a cane and he can't use his left hand.
Did you cause this, or
did I cause it? Absolutely not. I would never. No, it was probably 3-4 months after I did the surgery. So, yeah.
All right. So you delivered a set.
So delivered that. That was amazing.
This is weird. Okay. This is not where I thought this would do. Your perfect day seems like you only did $1,000.
No. What do you mean? Extraction, bone graft, membrane, implant? That's
okay,
like
all right, $3,000.
$4,000 right there. Okay. And then
prices.
Then my next patient, I did 3 implants, upper left, so 12, 13, 15. Sinus lift on sinus bump, coronal. Sinus bump on 15 and on 13, and nailed it. Looks amazing. It's gonna be a 4-unit bridge on those 3 implants. And so we're really excited about that. Patient's happy.
Why do you do one single crown and a bridge?
Because I think it'll be better supported with the 2. Because my middle implant's a 3.5 by 8.5. It's a little guy. So
still probably. We'll see how it heals, but.
Hey, tell you what, you do your dentistry, I'll do mine.
Well, I used to do dentistry in America. I don't do this Indian or south of the border dentistry. They link all their bridges together.
So it's crazy. So like
fruit traps everywhere.
Yeah. No. This one's going to be
beautiful.
Spokane. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. They're going to love it.
So that's decent production. So you probably do like.
So I was like almost $8,000 right there on that patient. And then I had another IRT post-op. So an upper 6 implant post-op, and patient's happy. Things are looking good. And that was pretty much my day. It was kind of a slow day. That's why I liked it. It had decent production, but it was still relatively slow, gradual. I had some other, like a new patient exam, comp exam, some exams in hygiene and stuff like that, but it was relatively steady and
so mostly crazy. Surgery.
Mostly all surgery today.
So was that your perfect day?
Yeah, my perfect day would actually start at 8 a.m. Implants back to back, ending with a really awesome delivery of a final where patient was happy and it fit perfectly. As you start the day with that, end the day with that.
Okay. So you decent production and you didn't have no big fires to put out.
Yeah, that's the thing, is no big fires. The big fires are when you have a patient that's in a lot of pain and maybe implants fail. So every now and again that happens.
So how often do you train or recalibrate your assistants?
I worked with an assistant all day today that has never done implants.
Okay. So it's just constant.
Yeah. So today, actually, maybe that's part of why today was so good. I like teaching and I like helping other people learn how to do things and grow and develop to their fullest potential. And still working with our newest assistant who hasn't done any surgeries with me. She was who assisted me on both those surgeries. And those are pretty decent sized surgeries for someone who has never assisted me doing them.
So what does your training, your assistant process look like?
I like them to be chairside to me. And I already do this habitually with all my patients. I lead the conversation of where we're headed next as we're working. So like, all right, all right, we're going to go ahead and get the decay out of that tooth, clean it out. Like, hey, we got the decay out of the tooth. Now we're going to get ready to do the build up. We do the build up. All right, we got that all built up, meaning we strengthen that tooth so that we can get it prepared for a crown. And so I already do that with my patients. So it's really easy for me when I'm training my assistants that I just lead them where I want them to go next as I'm talking through it. So like, all right, I'm going to retract here. If you can hold the instrument right there so that I can see the visibility. And and tell them why as I'm doing it. I feel like it's very natural for me to do that. And before I start an appointment with a newer assistant, I always tell the patient that, like, hey, we'll use Jo Rain for example. Jo Rain's a really great assistant. She knows exactly what, or she's done, she's worked with patients a lot before. However, her and I haven't worked a lot together. So as we're going through today, I'm going to be explaining to her exactly how I want things done.
So you talk a lot.
I do
That's
talk
awesome.
a lot.
That's like, I don't think I'm a very good teacher. I'm very patient with him, but I'm not talking to him. It's just like, just do this way. Just watch me.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't do this. I'll always take over. So actually, Dr. Seflo is probably a lot like you. He just talks and teaches, and I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. That's why. And what I'm getting at too is sometimes our associates do not think they can do this. And this is exactly what we want our docs to do, is just, you don't have to do the same procedure the same way I do it, because that's how my assistants are trained to do it. Teach them how you want it to be done.
Yeah.
And then actually they'll come and talk to me like, hey, this doctor does it this way. And I usually laugh. I'm like, well, someday they'll do it the right way and do it my way.
And then
sometimes,
you go do it, and then you go do it their way because you know.
Sometimes I do it their way, but it's pretty rare. I'm pretty stuck in my ways because it's been,
No, it's super fair. Like, I think you are so right. Is like, I always thought that it was my job to teach an assistant on how to work with me, and I always saw the fruits of those labors, because pretty soon we don't have to talk about everything that we're doing step after step after step. And then we get to talk about the weekend, or talk about the wedding that's coming up, or talk about fun things.
Yeah.
I think some of our associates, they want to go into that office that has that perfectly trained assistant that's going to do everything exactly the way they want it done. And in my experience, there's no such thing until you teach that assistant how you want it done.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
You can't expect it, but it's not fair to have expectations for if you're an associate, to have these expectations for these dental assistants, or if you're a business owner, have expectations of dental assistants that you're not willing to train them.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you can train them your system your way.
Yeah.
We had a couple of docs get mad, like, all of my assistants are untrained. I'm like, yeah, because they've been with you for 6 months. You gotta train them. You gotta be part of their path and journey and help them out.
Yeah.
I
think that's something that's really cool about our current docs in the Northwest right now, is the ones that we do have on board. They're exactly the type of people we want to have around, and they're willing to work with and train the assistants. And I actually see the team as a whole growing from that. Like, we have one doctor in the Valley he's been practicing longer than you or I, right? And he does some really technically cool things. And learning, like, some of the assistants will be like, yeah, Dr. Moss did this. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Let me learn from that. And, I'm like, and I'm just a hack out here trying to figure out Cowboy Ryan. And we got like a real magician over here.
A real dentist.
Yeah, a real dentist.
So the next question is, what was the hardest habit or belief you had to let go? You had to let go of to grow.
Hardest habit. It's tough because the hardest habit may not be the most fruitful thing. I'm going to steal this from you. I'm going to take it back. I think the hardest thing to learn for most dentists is that you don't know everything, and that is okay. Right? And to level with your patients in a professional and comforting way, like, hey, this is how it's going to go. This is what we're hoping for. Sometimes things go wrong, and I'm going to do everything I can to make it right for you, even if you don't know what making it right for them looks like yet.
Yeah, Ryan's talking about the definition of courage we learned the other day. Sometimes courage is just not knowing and being okay with it.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, so for me, the hardest thing that I had to overcome, I talk a lot. I know I talk a lot, and so for me to like say what I would like to do, or at least work with the patient, figuring out what's best for them, and then just letting that simmer instead of circling back around to explain why it's important.
Oh, there's awkward pause. Let me talk again. Yeah. I hear that. So was there a time you plateaued? Like you stopped?
Maybe. I'm trying to think if there's, like, if you look at my production scale, if you will, year over year over year, it has always gone up in some way. Other years have been bigger, right? I've had bigger growth in that production number than others. I think I had not that it has to be about this at all, but I did have a family tragedy a few years back, and that year, it was tough for me to make tougher to make the small talk and be the happy guy that I am with patients. And I felt that maybe my numbers didn't decrease, but my value to my patients might have decreased. Therefore, the numbers didn't grow as much as they could have. Right. And so I wasn't showing up to do what's best for my patients in every possible way. I was just showing up to do the work that was there. You know what I mean? So
I think for a lot of dentists, I'd say majority of dentists would say if I could produce $1 million a year, they'd be pretty content as far as associateships or as far as business owner. So for you to double it, the question is, why can't you do $4 million a year?
Well, I only have these two hands.
Okay, so you have a limited mindset is what you're saying.
No, I wasn't going to say that I can't do it. I just said that is one of the limitations. We only have so many hands and so much time in the day. And you're right. Like, why not? I mean, here I am in our Northwest practices, increasing the amount of implant retained teeth all on X's that we're doing and snap dentures. And though, like, heck, on Monday last week, I produced, $60,000 worth of dentistry in one day on 2 patients, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it was a little more than that, but yeah, right? So why not? If I was doing that every day of the week, right? Or
you could totally do
3 days a week, right? And then post-ops on another day, it totally can be done.
Oh, yeah, it could be done. And even if it's like you are able to create this persona that you're advertised, that people fly in to come see you or drive a long way to see you, and that could be easy to do. If you're doing $30,000, $50,000 a day, that's like really easy to do. So
yeah, I mean, that's only like to do 4 million is 330,000 of production a month, right?
It's not that much.
I think, I think it was the year after COVID. Yeah, the year after COVID. So 2020, spring of 21, which I was still a relatively new practitioner in so many ways. I think I did $270,000 in production that month myself with nothing but bread and butter dentistry.
You're right.
And that's a lot of dentistry.
There's a ton of dentistry, especially if there any fillings. So then,
yeah, it was a 5-op practice, me and 3 chairs and 2 hygienists. And I did.
Oh yeah, the office did 270.
No. I did 270.
Wasn't that the year of COVID?
Maybe it was.
All the dentists shut down around you. You just pulling teeth because like Medicaid.
Yeah, you're right. It was 2020, and it was March the last month. So half that month we had hygienists. The rest of the month we didn't.
Yeah, it's because you're in network with Medicaid at that time, and they increased their fees because no dentist would see the patients.
That's right.
And you're just ripping teeth out like crazy. That's almost all oral surgery too.
Yeah, it was. That's true. Okay, it was. I would come in and patients would be like, I got this toothache, blah blah blah, and they've got like, meth mouth or broken teeth all over. I'm like, you want to get them all out today? And they're like,
let's go.
You'll do that? Because most like community health centers in general
shut down.
They get paid per visit, not per service, right?
But not even considering COVID was happening.
Right. So COVID shut down, so the community health centers are shut down. So these patients that are in pain need something. the community health centers in general have told these patients to only do 1 or 2 teeth at a time anyway. And then I offer them a full mouth extraction, and they can wear a mask anyway. They
got him out of the house.
Yeah, and it got him out of the house. I literally had people coming down to get oral surgery done to just get out of the house.
That's so awesome. Yeah, so you could totally, back to the question.
Yeah.
We've all create these like mindsets of what we can and cannot do,
Yeah.
but it's just all lies and false realities, because you could do 4 million. You could probably do 10 million if you're intentional with it.
So I'm getting a little excited about this because it brings it full circle, Chase. It's like, why did I think I could do 500,000 in make that in 5 years of annually? Well, because I didn't know it couldn't, right? I didn't know that it wasn't normal.
Yeah, it wasn't reasonable.
I didn't know it was a hard thing to do, if you will. And here we are. You're right. I'm producing significantly more than I thought ever possible, because I didn't even know what was possible at that time. And so have courage, walk into it not knowing what it's going to take to get there. And I think most people can produce probably double what they're doing without adding a significant stress to their life if they just believe that it's possible.
So last question, and we'll leave it. What advice, because I think the average dentist probably does around 500,000 a year. So what advice would you give a $500,000 dentist who wants to grow?
You're saying the average dentist produces about that much? Yeah.
So if you have a dentist, so there's dentists out there that like they're cool with it, their lifestyles, and then there are dentists that want to do more than that. What advice would you give to them, the ones that want to grow?
Yeah, if you want to increase it, right? Obviously, if you're happy with your lifestyle and there's no need for you personally, then heck, be
happy. I'm jealous.
Your happy self. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss, and I wish I had more ignorance at this point.
Yes,
I would say enroll the patient in doing what's best for them and figure out how to do it as you go. Right? If you learn as much as you can about what possible procedures can be done for patients, how you can help them, even if you don't know how to do it, and then get the patient to understand why that's their best scenario and what's best for them, and then learn how to do that for them. All right?
Sounds good.
Yeah. You can be willing to be bold enough to talk to your patients about what's best for them, even if you don't know how to do it, and then create yourself to be that person that can do it for them.
Yeah. Talk to the patient. I think Chris taught this, talk to the patient where you're teaching them and pulling out of them the outcome-based dentistry. You have no place to go. You're not selling a case. You're just talking to the patient and giving them and try to pull out what they want and then help them get that done.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to sell everybody on veneers or things they may or may not want, try to pull what they want out of them, and then you don't have to sell them. You're just let's figure out how to get that together.
Yeah. I think that's so key is it's, possibility company says this a lot, a mountain with no top, right? And we're climbing this mountain with no top. Well, our patients can't see the top of that mountain. They don't know what's possible. And so we can help them understand what's possible by listening to what they want out of their outcomes. Because they might say something like, I just want teeth that I can chew corn on the cob with. I haven't been able to do it for 100 years or whatever, right? And that's all I want. Okay, now we can talk about, there's a lot of options that can get you to that point. But probably a removable set of teeth that doesn't have implants isn't it. So
get the patient where they want to go. And then you got to figure out how to do the dentistry. If you need the courses, let us know. We have some favorites that we've enjoyed over the years. And if you need help selling cases, let us know. We can probably point you in the right direction, or Ryan could talk to you one-on-one.
And if you want to come in and learn hands-on how to work, we do have an opening.
If you live in the Idaho area, Spokane, Idaho area.
Yeah, I know you want to wrap it up because we're getting long-winded here, but that is probably one of the biggest things is I went and worked in Chase's office, and he he was a good enough provider that he said something to the effect of like, hey, if you get yourself stuck in somewhere, just let me know and I'll come save you. Right? Something to that effect. And so it gave me the confidence to extend myself a little bit more into things. And he had to save me, I think at least once, right? And then I now save other patients or other assists or other doctors. I save other patients from doctors now. Now I save other doctors, and we get to learn and grow together from that. So
that's true. So if you actually, we do have an associate job open in the Northwest. So if you are in the area, though, legit, who wouldn't want to go learn how to be a $2 million dentist from the beginning himself? And so reach out to us, DM us on the Dentist Show Instagram, or email us at chase@thedentistShow, and we will hook you up. At least you get to talk to Ryan. And
yeah, for sure.
We'd love to interview and talk with you. And if you're not in the area, you can hit us up on DM and we'll chat too.
Yeah, we'll happy to do it.
See, so if Ryan could do $2 million in dentistry a year, trust me, any of you guys can.
100%. If you knew me in person, you would realize.
It's like, how's this guy doing anything? Yeah, I say that all the time. But he's there to surprise everybody. He's freaking killing it. So we appreciate all he does for us too. Well, what a good episode, Ryan.
Thanks.
Everyone knows your secrets now.
Yeah, I mean, the secret's out. You just got to be a cowboy.
You just got cowboy up.
That's right.
All right, go like us on one of your platforms,
streaming devices, whatever it is.
Share the episode to some crappy producer that craps, that sucks, that wants to be better, and Ryan can save their day, can change their life.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate it.
See you guys.
I'm not gonna hit end like I normally want to.
Thanks for listening to The Dentist Show. We hope that this episode helped you make smiles about more than teeth. To get more resources to grow as a dentist and to learn more about Chase and Ryan, go to thedentistshow.com or just follow the link in the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, share with another dentist in your life and help us grow the movement. And be sure to rate and review wherever you're listening.